Hey everyone, so Funhaul has sent me another Brick and Light kit to review. The one I reviewed last time was pretty decent. I had a few complaints here and there, but the light's not quite attaching or connecting easily. But for the price, I thought it was a really good deal. So they've sent me another one. Full disclosure, this was sent to me absolutely free. I didn't have to pay anything for it. Then they didn't demand me to say anything in the video except for the information on where to get yourself a set. So you can look in the video description and the comments below to look for the link to Amazon or their website to get yourself a set if you like what you see here. So this time we have a boat that's being attacked by a giant octopus. This is actually really cool for me because I've been playing a lot of Mansions of Madness, reading up on a lot of like Call of Cthulhu stuff. So this is right up my alley. And oh, this glowy tube looks really nice. So it's not just the boat. You see on the back here, you can see that it also has a base, and the entire base has some like sea life stuff in there. You got the lighthouse, and yeah, the whole thing looks really cool. I'm curious if it's just a solid display or if there's anything that makes it move and stuff. This box is about the size of like a flatter shoebox, and if I open it up, this thing is heavy, and it is packed. Completely packed inside the box. You can see it. There's pretty much no space left. All the lights kits are in their own little bubble wrap bag to protect them. That's great. The instruction is also feels quite hefty too, so that's pretty awesome. Once again, we do have number bags. We have another brick separator. So yeah, very filled box. So opinions are going to be my own. If I like it, I'm going to say it. If I have any complaints, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to hold back with this review just like I did with the last one. So yeah, I'm going to build this and review my experience with building it as well as how I feel about the set. Okay, so actually taking the pieces out the bag, this is really cool. All the number one stuff, it's in its own like separate, like all packed together. I guess that's kind of cool. Reminds me of like unpacking like, I don't know, pillowcases and stuff. So kind of cool. This is pretty useful. People just getting the whole bag out. I'm gonna build this bag tonight, but at the same time, like, there's individual bags in there. Would have preferred those individual bags just had the numbers on them, and they use less plastic in general. But it's a neat idea. I prefer it not do that. Once I open the bag, you got these big pieces that are just lying in there, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of bigger bags. But then I'm looking at these and I'm like, wait, why are these like individually packed? Not a fan of that. Oh, there's another bag here, but yeah, definitely not. It's like candy packs. I actually avoid buying individually wrapped snacks too, or try to anyway. So So after I built this thing, you can see there are a lot of spare pieces, so definitely not going to have a problem with missing pieces. You got the battery box as well as extra spare little wires. So, you know, because these wires are indeed fragile, so it's nice to have extras. As well as these gray tubes to replace the light up tubes of the boat if you don't want the light up feature of it. The instruction manual itself is indeed quite hefty. The coloring The coloring this time did not really confuse me like many other non-Lego brands. They do have this little black page on the front to make it a bit more artisan, as well as these actually pretty nice artwork. These are kind of cool, so it definitely makes this a bit more premium and adult compared to, you know, other brick brands and stuff. So, and of course the booklet tells you exactly where to put the wire, so that's nice. And also during the building process, unlike the house I built previously, the numbers, you do finish each number first. There's no crossover, including the numbers of the lights themselves. So moving over to the set itself. So the building process was actually pretty good. I managed to build this all in one go with no problem whatsoever. And you can see the only bit that's a little bit hard when building this is attaching the top plates onto these transparent pieces. Now, transparent plastic is a bit more fragile than solid color. It's also a little bit sharper and a bit more, not brittle, but like definitely less soft and less durable than solid color plastic. So there was a thing going on where it was really hard to get these the studs into the top plates. because during the building process, you would attach all the lights onto these top plates and start layering them. So I found the easier way around that is to just detach these plates from the bottom plate and slide them in first, because they're a very thin piece, so they were kind of like pushing against it, just warping instead of plugging in. So you want to do it in reverse. Unplug these pieces, snap them onto the top plate, and then the whole thing goes together really well. And once the whole thing is together, it's good. Like it's solid, it's not going to fall apart, so I'm quite happy with that. Like I said, there are lights inside, there are wires inside, but you're not really going to notice it because you have this solid layer of waves on the top, and most of the wires are hidden quite well because most of them are hidden underneath these waves. You see little bits here, like these blue flames blue gems meant to light up, so there's going to be a little bit of wires there, but you just kind of tidy them and slide them along underneath the waves. There's a wire and light that goes inside through the middle of this tube. This one a little bit more obvious because this whole transparent piece is supposed to not exist. It's like the moon or something. And then there is a sticky tape on the back of this connector, so I just have everything connected here. It looks a little bit messy, but you can tidy that up yourself, like sliding the wires in, make everything a bit more tight. I prefer to have the wires a little bit more loose, so I don't want to damage it with damaging it. So you have this controller here, which what it does is makes these little tentacle bits go up and down. It only goes one side, by the way, so don't try to turn it clockwise. That doesn't work. Well, not only one side, but just a little bit. Something for the kids to play with. The details include this lighthouse, as well as I think these are floating safety boogies, as well as bits of rock with leaves on them. And then inside you can see a lot of plant life fishes. That's a fish from one of those Disney sets, so they just didn't print any details on it, but when it's hidden inside there, it's okay. You got some turtles, so if you like a lot of wild sea life, there's a lot of pieces there, starfish and stuff, and a lot of extra plants inside too. If anything was to fall apart inside, it's going to be a little bit of pain because you're gonna have to rip everything open and fix that. But as you see here, nothing's coming apart because there's nothing in there that's gonna knock them over or push against them, so they're quite secure inside the base. Details on the top of these waves are pretty good. I'm not quite sure what's going on there with the Chlorish rays. I wonder what's gonna happen there. That's up to your imagination, so I'm gonna just leave that there for now. And the boat itself, you know what? First I'm like, is this minifigure scale and stuff? Obviously this is a minifigure scale, but everything's just meant to be a bit smaller minifigure. But if you have one of those micro figures, they can stand on these studs pretty well. Or you do have a minifigure, they can still stand and hold on and control this boat like it's a smaller boat. So it is compatible with minifigures if we want to do that. Everything's just scaled down a little bit. Sometimes the details I do like this golden parrot. It's actually painted golden, so it's not like a molded piece, molded in that color, so it really shines. And you got these little bits here to make it a bit more steampunky. And like I said, these transparent tubes, you can swap them out with those solid ones. You don't want the lights to shine through them, but why wouldn't you? Got this Canon light torch thing there. And so both sides of the boat are not the same. The pattern here is different to give it a roughness, a hand-builtness, and there are more lamps here. And there is a sort of inside compartment there that you can have something hide in there if they need to. And so you have this metal place here. Now I had problems with this with the house because the pieces wouldn't line up properly, but this is just a single piece, single joint. So let's see. Without further ado, let's And by the way, all the bricks came together very easily. It's good. I've comparing with other brick brands. I have absolutely no problem with the brick building process here. The only thing to be mindful of is if you add lights to any sets, Lego or other brands, it's going to make certain pieces hard to put together just because you are adding some stuff in between bricks that will affect any build. So that's just something to be aware of if you haven't built a set with lights in yet, or you haven't added lights to a set yet. But other than that, and that transparent piece issue, which made it a little bit hard to build, the whole thing comes together relatively easily and nothing falls apart. So really happy with the quality of the bricks and the clutch power, as it were. So, alright, so we light this up. Oh, you got the ocean seafloor. Obviously the ocean's not actually gonna light up unless something's exploding down there, but it's a cool view to see, a little very mini aquarium. It just brings up the whole piece, and because I've used solid colors on top, it doesn't go crazy with the lights. Although I would like if some parts of the top were transparent a bit more, so that's something's lighting up in like where the boat is. That would be kind of cool if that was, you can alter it that way. So just, I guess we move some of these waves and let that happen. So these little water boogies, they have little stones that light up on them. That's cool. The moon light there is shining pretty nice, and I do like this rotating light that they've slid right under this brick piece. So that's pretty cool. In theory, if I just put this boat down on this thing, it should light up as well. There is nothing just holding it there. It's sort of just, you know, gravity. So don't slide this thing around. Moment of truth. Ding, and keep on. Oh, there we go. Good. So yes, you got the lamps that lights up on the back. You got this front lamp, which is pretty bright. Now the lamps aren't too bright though. I'm going to turn off the lights in a moment. And these tubes are really cool. Those light up so nicely. At first I looked at the plastic, I was like, is that gonna work? But it's doing this fiber optic effect, which is really, really good, and I like that a lot. So you see I'm moving this around, and for the most part, as the connection stays good, great. So that's something I wasn't too happy with the house set, but this one doesn't have that problem. And there you go, here's the whole set, just in like a dark space, everything lit up, nice glow to everything. This is, yeah, this is pretty cool. I like it a lot. So this is a very nice looking set. If you like sort of more miniature sets, you like something a bit Lovecraftian, or you just like this ocean and boat scene all together. And of course, if you don't want the ocean to light up, the connectors there, you can unplug them or use these lights somewhere else. Yeah, this is, I like this. Like, it's not my personal choice of, like, you know, it's not really a minifigure scale thing, but I can see people enjoying this. I think this is really good, and the people from Funhaul seem very friendly. Even with my certain dislikes from the previous set, they still sent me the set. They didn't say I had to say anything, so everything in this video has been my opinion, and I think especially the price that this goes for, sometimes just the price that this goes for alone. There are light kits outside for official LEGO sets that cost the price of this set with lights, so the price that they're asking for it, I think, is very reasonable. This is a very decent set, so yeah. So in conclusion, fairly easy to build, comes together very nicely. The design is pretty cool and unique. The lights are also done very good, and the price is decent. So if you like what you see here, please click the thumbs up button. If you don't like, then thumbs down. Leave a comment below how you think about these sets. Please look at the description below, as well as the comment. I'll pin the comment for the link for where you can get your own set, as well as the other Funhaul sets. And as always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.